So, good evening, everybody. And for 1 week only, I'm just doing a little bit of a vlog here on Facebook. Unfortunately, Greg has been unable to join us this evening. That is due to a family emergency, but he will be back next week. And what we will be doing is we will be doing a little bit of filming tomorrow, and we will post that on our YouTube channel, things such as the predictions, etc. But obviously, we're fully aware that quite a few of our Facebook members, YouTube members, tune in on a Wednesday night to see me and Greg talk all things rugby league. So we thought it would be a little bit amiss of us not to come on and do a little bit of a live this evening, which is exactly what I'm doing. So by all means, put a few comments in the chat, and I will try and pick them up my end. That would be great. But anyway, just a couple of bits. Won't be on for too long tonight. First and foremost, as we open this Wednesday evening, we are now at 996 members on the fans forum, which is absolutely tremendous. We expect to go through the 1,000 any second now, which is absolutely brilliant. When we started on this journey, we didn't expect people to be as receptive as they have been, and it's fantastic. It's great to see so many of our members using the platform to have conversations around all things Super League and Rugby League, and we thank you for that. Like I say, these last 2 weeks, obviously Challenge Cup last week, we didn't do a show, and like I say, unfortunately Greg unable to join me this evening, so therefore obviously I'm doing like I say, a little bit of a live. So as you know, we normally do moment of the week, team of the week, try of the week, etc, etc. Greg's not here to share his, but on the film we do tomorrow he may do. But my moment of the week this week was the incident around Theo Farge in the Challenge Cup game against Hull. Lots going on social media in terms of this, in terms of, was it appropriate, was it not, should Farge's try have stood? Obviously in the laws of the game, it was play on. Obviously the referee hadn't blown his whistle. And there's also been a lot of people saying that if it was your team, you wouldn't really mind. I disagree with that. I really do disagree with that. I think if that was my team, I think in rugby league we pride ourselves in maybe being a little bit more sportsmanlike than perhaps football. But even in football, if a player's injured, the players kick the ball out. I think it was very, very obvious that Josh Griffin had picked up a knock, that he was in some discomfort, and that's why he discarded the ball. And I think that perhaps, just perhaps, Theo could have maybe put the ball into touch. And I think once the try had been scored, maybe like you see in some football matches, Hull being allowed to score a try to level it up and we moved on. Would it have changed the game? Who knows? I mean, people are saying, well, Hull, it could have changed the game. I actually think it probably galvanised Hull a little bit that Farge's try went over, because I think and Josh Griffin went off. I think it probably made them go, right, we need to get a bit of payback here. And for a period there, they really rallied, didn't they? They did a really good job. So that was my moment of the week. My team of the week for round number 8. We've got to remember, Super League Raw, it's about Super League primarily. So we're looking at round number 8, and my team of the week for round number 8 was the Catalan Dragons. A brilliant victory. Who'd have thought that they'd have nilled Wigan? And then of course the scoreline, 48 points to nil. Absolutely fantastic. Catalan doing really, really well this season. 7 wins out of 8, playing some very attractive rugby league, some really standout performers as well for Catalan this year. The halfbacks playing well, Tompkins playing well, McMeekin, we could go on. Some really, really good performances. So Catalan, backing up their win over St Helens with that win against Wigan, and all credit has got to go to Catalan for that. A really proper performance from them. In terms of try of the week, there was lots of great tries scored last week. Conrad Hurrell again for Leeds. I thought the Batchelor try for Saints was very, very good in round number 8. Ratchford's opening try against Salford was good. McMeekin's try for Catalan was good. But actually, I really enjoyed Liam Kay's second try for Wakefield against Huddersfield. I thought that was a real pleasure on the eye. Great keeping the ball alive. You could argue that Wakefield were in the box seat at that point, but we mustn't forget in that game that Wakefield were down to 12 men. I mean, it was a phenomenal victory against the Huddersfield Giants, and of course, Wakefield will be going into round number 9 at Warrington off the back of 3 straight victories, which is to their absolute credit. Only Catalan have a better current record in terms of form over the last 5 games than Wakefield. Obviously, there's other teams in there, St Helens and Wigan as well, but Wakefield really have had a resurgence, and well done to Wakefield. Really pleased for Chris Chester, as well as I'm sure a lot of our members are. Fantastic to see them coming back and doing so well. So well done to Wakefield. In terms of my quote of the week, it actually comes from the League Express, and it's from a gentleman called Pete Corriboy. I hope I'm saying that correctly. And Pete, he did a letter to the paper where he said that he was watching Claire Balding with Alan Titchmarsh on TV, and she was talking about crowds coming back to sport. She mentioned horse racing, Wimbledon, and the Olympics, but there was not one word about Rugby League's World Cup. And he said, what an opportunity missed. Obviously, she's president of the Rugby Football League. So I think that was a great letter that's put in, and it does again just shine a spotlight on the marketing of our game. We really do need to do a lot better in terms of the marketing of our game, and hopefully we will see that improve over the next few years, because we all know this is the best sport in certainly spectator sport, without question. It's the most exciting to watch, and we as the supporters believe passionately that Rugby League is a fantastic product on the field. What we need is for people who run the game to celebrate that and to get it right. So really good letter that from Pete Corriboy. Well done to Pete on that one. Just very briefly, and I'll get Greg's views on this when we film tomorrow. Great to see that the licenses have been renewed for Castleford, Bradford and Hull KR. Congratulations to York City Knights and the Featherstone Rovers, who of course will meet in the AB Sundex 1895 Cup final at Wembley Stadium on Challenge Cup Day, Saturday the 17th of July. And of course, congratulations to St Helens and also to Castleford for reaching the Challenge Cup final. I'm sure that all of us will be tuning into that when it comes around. Hot off the press this evening, the 9th of June, Castleford Tigers have confirmed this evening that Oliver Holmes and Peter Matautia will be leaving the club at the end of the 2021 season. That's right. Oliver Holmes and Peter Matautia will be leaving Castleford at the end of this campaign. There's been a lot of rumours circulating that they may be on their way to Warrington Wolves, and it will be interesting to see off the back of that announcement from Castleford if there's going to be an announcement from Warrington over the course of the next 24 to 48 hours. Former Super League referee Ian Smith has took to Twitter, I don't know if you've seen this, to show his displeasure at the introduction of the ball steal rule for 2021. And of course, this comes off the back of the Rugby Football League Laws Committee agreeing to get rid of that law for the 2022 season. I would argue, why wait? You may as well do it now. I think a lot of people are split on this particular rule that came in for 2021. Perhaps now is the time to get rid of that, and to we move on the season without that interpretation of the ball steal. It'd be interesting to see if that's the case. In the same meeting, the decision on scrums was deferred for a month. Obviously, as I'm sitting here tonight doing this, we know, of course, that both the Leeds and the Wigan game has now been postponed. They will not be taking place this weekend due to COVID-19 outbreaks. I think it's at Leeds and Huddersfield, which is a great shame. And of course, this is why the new percentages came into the league table, just in case COVID-19 was to impact on the season. And that, of course, is what has happened. So for those who don't know, the game, I think it was the Wigan game. I think it was the Wigan game. Was due to be shown live on Sky on Friday evening. That's now been replaced by the Hull KR Salford game. So good news if you're a Hull KR and Salford fan who have not got a ticket for that game, because of course you can watch that you can now watch that on Sky, which is good news for you. Just checking here on Facebook. Your person has been a slight glitch. So apologies for that. Right. So that's that one. Also today, the 9th of June, we have seen that Kevin Brown. Kevin Brown has announced his retirement from the game at the end of the present season, and so you know that's disappointing for perhaps Salford fans, maybe not. I know that Gary Schofield has been very vocal in his column in the League Express, saying that perhaps now was the time for Kevin Brown to retire, but he's had a stellar career. Obviously, started off at Wigan. He's played for many teams, Wigan, Widnes, and of course Salford being three of those. And we wish Kevin well as he embarks on the next part of his life, and I'm sure he'll end up remaining in the game in some capacity, maybe as a coach along the way. He did mark that announcement with what's going on here? My apologies. First time we've done this on Facebook, probably the last. Let's have a look. Yeah, it's a bit intermittent, isn't it? Ah, I'm back. Right, it would appear that we're back live, so we'll carry on. Apologies for that. As we say, it's Raw. It's Super League Raw. We don't profess to have a great big studio behind us. We don't have that. We're very much raw. Okay, Kevin Brown's retirement. He did say on Twitter that 2021 will be my last year as a pro player, as I'll retire at the end of the year. Thanks to everyone who's played a part in helping me since being at the age of 6. I wish it didn't have to end, but time slows for nobody. I've loved every minute. I'll have some surgery Friday and be back as soon as possible. It's expected about 10 weeks to play plenty more times this season for the Salford Red Devils. Thanks for the memories. And he also says that rugby league is the best sport in the world. Other news coming out of Salford is that Kristen Inu has also been given an additional 2-month playing ban and fined 4 weeks' salary for comments made on social media last month. That was in relation to the trial over in Australia. Salford deciding to punish Inu a little bit more. That has also come out today. So, like I say, just a very, very quick roundup. But as we know, a lot of people like to look at team of the week, and we'll be doing that in a second. But before we do, let's just do what we always do. Let's take a quick look at the league table and what we've got in terms of the league table, and this is how we're going to find it. St Helens, of course, now Wigan having lost their 100% record. St Helens returned to the top of Super League, and now, of course, Catalan Dragons join them alongside the Wigan Warriors with an 8-7 record. The point difference now separating those three teams at the top as we embark on round 9. Warrington Wolves are in 4th, then the two clubs, the Hull clubs, then Castleford. Of course, Castleford take on Hull tomorrow night live on Sky. Leeds, Huddersfield, Wakefield, 3 wins from 3, now looking in a far better position at the bottom. And of course, still Salford and Leigh bring up the rear of Super League. Congratulations to Ryan Hall, a hat-trick, of course, in round number 8, and now puts him out in front on his own as top try scorer in Super League with 10. Just having a great season again is Ryan Hall. And Toby King with his brace, also now second. Jake Bibby falling down. Gareth Widdop of the Warrington Wolves coming into the top places for try scorer. Regan Grace, Kane Lynette, and of course Jordan Turner, who's having a great season for the Castleford Tigers, is also there. In terms of assists, Johnny Lomax continues to assist well this season, as too does Josh Drinkwater and Jake Connor. Jordan Abdul is also there. As you can see, last week he had 4 assists, Abdul, and that's what's got him into 4th place. Of course, Richie Marler with 4, Drinkwater with 3, Farges and Lomax also with 3 assists last week. So really, really good performances from those guys. Top meters, Tom Davis of the Catalan Dragons has now replaced for the first time this season Zach Hardacre in the top meters selection. 160 carries, 1,313 meters. Tom Davis doing that, and of course Ken Seow there making his first appearance in the top 5 for top meters this season. In terms of top tacklers, well, Danny Houghton of Hull FC was the top tackler in round 8 with 47 and now leads the top tackler table just over Sam Powell with 389. A phenomenal performance there. In terms of where the player of the round went to last time out, as you can see there, everybody in complete agreement. Gareth Widdop, Josh Drinkwater, Jordan Abdul, Luke Gale, Johnny Lomax, with the only real difference in opinion being the Wakefield Huddersfield game where Mason Lino, or Lino, should I say, got the Albert Goldthorpe nod, and for the Man of Steel, it was Joe Westerman once more. What that does to the Man of Steel table is that it puts Johnny Lomax top with 15 points, then Sam Tompkins, then Abdul, Hardacre, Widdop, Westerman, the top performing forward in the league in terms of the Man of Steel points, and of course on it goes in terms of that league table. Okay, so what we're going to do now, we're going to announce this week's team of the week, the round 8 team of the week. We know that people tune in to see this, who is in the team of the week. Very, very aware of the fact that we've had interruptions on Facebook. I will be loading this video up onto YouTube the moment that this stream has been concluded. But what we're going to do before we sign off on Facebook is we are going to announce our team of the week. So here it comes for you all in a second. Won't be a moment. And here it comes. It's the Super League Raw Team of the Week for round number 8. And at fullback, it's not Hardacre, Connor or Evans, but Richie Myler, who really took it to the Castleford Tigers with great work on the edges. He played a role in more than the 4 tries he assisted and fully deserved the one he gained for himself. A brilliant performance. On the right wing, we don't put left wingers on the right at Super League Raw, therefore the pick of the right wingers this week was Mahé Fanawa of Hull FC. 2 very well taken tries was the highlight of the evening for the Black and Whites. At right centre and keeping his place week on week is Jake Mamo of the Warrington Wolves, who is in great form this season. Not just in terms of finishing, but his overall work rate for the team was truly exceptional against the Red Devils. At the left centre, and having signed a 4-year contract with the Warrington Wolves, is Toby King, who celebrated with 2 more tries, taking him to 9 now for this term. His all-round performance was to be admired, as these stats show. On the left wing, despite Ryan Hall also scoring a hat-trick and leading the try-scoring charts, it is Jack Welsby who gets the nod. Yet another position mastered by the Englishman, who has committed his immediate future to St Helens. And at standoff is Josh Drinkwater of the Catalan Dragons, who has been in and around the team of the week this year thus far. Against Wigan, he was truly superb. For the Albert Goldthorpe and Man of Steel panel to award 3 points as opposed to Tompkins, he must have been good. At scrum half for the second week running is Gareth Widdop of the Warrington Wolves, who is in great form. Our GW highlight this week was not his tries, but his try-saving tackle, which prevented a certain try for Morgan Escaray. And at prop forward, yet again, is Alex Walmsley. The work Walmsley gets through is both inspiring and imperative for the players around him to strike. It's great to see in a World Cup year. Keep it up, Mr. Walmsley. And at hooker, for the first time this season, is Cruz Leeming of Leeds Rhinos. As with Richie Myler, Leeming had a big performance against the Castleford Tigers, which resulted in some fine tries. And at number 10, welcome to the 13 to Tinirao Arona of the Wakefield Trinity. Arona did plenty of hard graft to enable a comfortable 38-12 win over the Giants. It's great to see a prop forward rewarded with a try also. And at second row, surprisingly for many, is Ben Helliwell of the Lee Centurions. The fans have had little to be happy about, but Helliwell's performance was one to be admired against a clinical Robins team last week. And at second row is, for the second week again, Mike McMeekin, who's having a stellar season thus far. For Tom Davies, it must be like working outside 2 centres at times, as McMeekin has shown some great sleight of hand and finishing touches. And finally, at loose forward, and yet again, is Joe Westerman, who continues to set the example for the resurgent Wakefield Trinity. Currently the highest scoring forward in the Man of Steel League table, and richly deserved. Well done, Joe. Ladies and gentlemen, your team of the week for round number 8. So there you have it, the team of the week for round number 8. I'd expect that people will have their own views on that. We do try and make sure that we are fair and reasonable here at Super League Raw. So, like I said in the announcement, we don't put a left winger on the right. We try and keep people in the positions in which they played. And that, of course, gives everybody a fair crack of the whip. It's not about if your face fits, it's about where you actually played and how you actually did. So, some really good performances in there. Well done to Richie Myler, his first outing this season. For Nua, his first outing. Drinkwater also, and Cruz Leeming and Arona making their first appearance in the first 8 rounds team of the weeks that we have done here on Super League Raw. So that pretty much brings this particular short show to an end tonight. Again, apologies from Greg that he couldn't join us, but we will be doing a brief video tomorrow where we will go through our predictions. Big thank you to Super League Raw member Mark Gee, who has actually, or G maybe, who has brought the predictions on behalf of the Super League Fan Forum. He's done the predictions, so we'll have a look at the league table. We'll also go through the predictions tomorrow. Might actually try and draw Greg out on a few of the things that have happened overnight, such as the announcements from Castleford. And the rule changes that we've seen and some of the stuff that I've briefly mentioned here tonight. But like I say, it's these things are going to happen. Of course, we do this just for the love of the game, out of the goodness of our hearts. That's why we've done Super League Raw. So there are going to be occasions where this may happen. Hopefully you won't hold that against us. I'm sure you won't. Look out on YouTube for the updates tomorrow. We will upload them, so you'll get a little bit more in terms of me and Greg having our usual tit-a-tays, and hopefully we'll see you there. But for me, this evening, all I would say is enjoy your rugby league. Obviously tomorrow night we are back. Sky is back with Super League. I haven't ruined the State of Origin score for people who may not have seen that come through, but obviously that was this morning, so hopefully you've Sky Plus that and you'll be able to watch it. Lots of NRL games as well, of course, coming up on Sky. So just to confirm, on Sky this week, Castleford Tigers play Hull FC at 7:15 tomorrow night. Then it's Hull KR now against Salford, replacing the Wigan game due to COVID-19. That again is a 7:45 kickoff. Saturday morning sees the South Sydney Rabbitohs host the Newcastle Knights. The Canberra Raiders follow that straight after on Sky Sports Arena when they host the Brisbane Broncos. And on Sunday, we also have on Sky Sports Parramatta Eels taking on the West Tigers. So a couple of games there for you to look forward to. 3 NRL games, 2 Super League games on the way to you this weekend. So hopefully, more than enough rugby league there to keep everybody happy. And we will see you this time next week, 8 o'clock, live on YouTube for our usual Super League Raw weekly program. But for me, on behalf of Greg and I, enjoy your rugby league tomorrow night, and we will enjoy seeing you live next week. All the best, everybody. Bye for now.